Hello! Today I'm going to make a continuation of a video that I kind of did earlier. It's kind of along the same lane. I made one about sharp objects, but I also have a huge collection of antique and vintage clothing, so I want to talk about it because I love it. So I just want to go through some of my favorite pieces that I currently have in my closet. So my newest purchase, which I'm going to go grab now, is this. I'm going to show you the top and the bottom separately. It is, I believe, a late 1800s, early 1900s Sunday dress. So the lady that wore it was from Colorado. She'd wear it to church on Sunday, every Sunday. So it's in very good condition for antique clothing, because mainly a lot of times with antique clothing, it gets degraded a lot because it is worn. With this only being worn on special occasions, it has stayed in a lot better condition. So I saw this and I immediately wanted it because it's the closest thing that I found to a Victorian morning dress, which is like my dream find. So you can see I'm emulating that with this, but this is a more wearable version of this essentially, because this is super delicate and I definitely have had to patch it in some areas. Let's focus. Because it is so delicate. Like, see if I found, there's a patch I had to make on the back sleeve just because it's very thin material, and so I only try and wear it sometimes for photo shoots. Don't wear it on daily occasions. It's more of a display piece at this point. But yeah, so here's the top. It buttons all the way up to the neck. The bottom is this really thick skirt. And it comes with petticoat too, so they included a petticoat as well. I'll show you that as well. Let me see. So petticoat's right here. It has a nice cute little like lace pattern at the bottom. I like this a lot. Like, I would wear this on its own and I would wear the skirt on its own every day because they are a lot thicker and more durable. They're not gonna break or fall apart or tear if you wear them, but it came as like a three-piece set. So you got the skirt, it's pleated, it's got some ribbons at the bottom. Very cool, very old, probably 100 years old, if not more. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's my most recent purchase. I also, bonus, got a brooch recently. I'm not sure if you can see that. Let's see if it'll focus. Because I've been looking for a nice brooch to go with actually that outfit in particular. So the second oldest thing that I have in my, actually I'm not sure if it's the second oldest because it may be older than the actual morning dress, is this little slip, and I believe this is like a chemise or kind of like an other clothing that would have gone under the dresses, would have been one of the many layers they wore when getting ready. It is very delicate. It's also a very it's not a very wearable piece. It breaks. I've had to already repair it once because there's this lace layer at the bottom. See if you can see that. It's very pretty. Like, it's a very pretty lace, but it's so fragile. So I've had to be really careful with it. But it's gorgeous. I do love it. It's just like delicate. It's very like thin, pretty. I can imagine a ghost wearing it. Like, it's very much so along that line. So the front portion has this lace above the top, which is one of my favorite parts, is the lace that surrounds it. And then right here, let's see if I can unfold it. It buttons up, and then there's actually like a little collar situation at the top here that goes around. So it's just a very pretty piece. Let me see if I can button it up. Should have probably prepared a little bit better. Okay, here we go. So yeah, there's the top. There's it buttoned up. But yeah, this is probably, those are the two oldest, I believe, in my collection that I currently have. This one's probably 100 years old. Closest thing I could find was saying 1800s. I'm not sure how old. I got it from a vintage store. They weren't even sure. So that one I got, the other one I got on Facebook Marketplace. Great place to find vintage clothing if you're looking for some. So another decently old one. This one is over 100 years old as well. It is, I believe, a wedding dress from the 1920s. It's very thin, so it would have been like the top layer of the dress, I believe. But it's very delicate as well. It's very similar to the fabric of this right here, but it's got that really pretty lace detailing along the middle as well. The middle lace is probably my favorite part. Just very beautiful. It also reminds me and the lace down there, of like a tea dress, a Victorian tea dress. I have seen a lot of pieces that look very similar to this as tea dresses, but I don't think that's what this is. The closest thing I found was a wedding dress, so I believe it's a wedding dress from the 1920s. But this one I actually found in an antique store not too far from my house. If you're looking for vintage clothing, antique clothing, highly suggest antique stores. Sometimes they're really overpriced, so you have to be really careful. Don't go to the ones in the cities, go to the ones out in the middle of nowhere, because they are for sure going to have the best prices. So that's exactly what I did, and I walked in and I saw this hanging, and I immediately got so excited because I was looking for something like this for so long, and I saw it and I was like, oh. So I asked the lady to get it down for me, and I was like, oh, this is probably going to be like upwards of $50 because it is so old. $20. $20. I literally teared up in front of the counter. It was so embarrassing. And I literally started crying. They probably thought I was like crazy or something. But it's such a good find for $20. It just made me emotional. So yeah, it's pretty cool. One of my favorites, for sure. One of the most emotional finds, I would say. So this is another one. This one was a little bit more expensive. I believe I spent $100 on it, but it was calling my name, so I had to. This is a wedding dress from the 1960s, and it is very beautiful. It's got this beautiful ruffle at the bottom, and it has two layers. So it has this kind of lacy pattern layer on the top, and then I believe there's a tulle layer. Not tulle. A layer on the bottom. Goodness, it's so bright, as you can see. The top has this beautiful little collar and the striped. It's in very good condition. So it's about 60 years old now. The lady who actually wore it is still alive. She had it made in London because she was getting married in London, and then they moved to a local area near where I live, and she donated it to a local thrift store because she wanted somebody else to be able to appreciate it because she wasn't able to wear it anymore. So I found out all that history about the dress, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I have to give this a new life, and I have to take pictures. And so this got added to my collection. It also has this really pretty ribbon that goes around the center. Like, I think it would be really pretty as like a scarf, like a neck scarf, but I believe it's supposed to go around the waist. So there is that one. Oh, she's so gorgeous. I feel like she's really, like, I've seen a lot of wedding dresses from the 60s, and I think there are similar styles to this, but this one I just haven't seen, like, the half sleeve and the way the collar looks as much. So it's just kind of, it's more unique from what I've seen. Here's another wedding dress. I've been quietly accumulating wedding dresses. So if I do get married someday, I will have a lot of options. So this one is a 70s wedding dress. Very similar to like a Gunny Sax style. Is probably the closest thing I can compare it to. I would say it's a little less decorated than a Gunny Sax. Like, it's a little simpler, but it is gorgeous. It's got this little lace ruffle at the top, buttons down the front, the lace at the front. You got a little collar, and the sleeves are really pretty. It's got the tulle at the top, under layer of the skirt, and also a tie around the waist, just like the other one. This one I've taken pictures in quite a few times because she's really pretty. She's not quite as old as the others, but obviously I loved it. I think I found it for like $25 on Facebook Marketplace, and I was shocked because I was looking at Gunny Sax for so long because that's kind of like the big one everyone knows, and those are usually over $100, if not $200. And I saw this for $25, and I messaged that lady immediately and got it sent to me within a day. So it was pretty cool. It's kind of like a right place, right time thing on Facebook Marketplace. But yeah, she's gorgeous. Love her. I don't know the history about this one at all. She said that the lady who'd had it before used it for a photo shoot or something. So yeah, that's pretty much all I was able to figure out from there. And obviously my wall is so bare now because they all hang on my wall. I'm gonna go grab 2 other dresses that I have, and then I think I'm gonna stop after those. Now these 2 are not quite as old, I believe. So I know this one for sure is a dead stock 70s. What I really liked about it was it is off the shoulder. Let me move closer. So it's got this pretty little lace at the top. You can't tell, I love a good lace. I love a good layering lace. I love something very delicate, which my mom finds ironic because she thinks I dress very dark. But I love girly things. Like, I love this. I think it's so pretty. I just don't wear it as much. But yeah, she's in really good condition. The brand, in case you're wondering, is Miss Diva New York. But yeah, Deadstock 70s. So never been worn. Was new with tags when I bought it. But yeah, she has a tie around the middle. Falls about mid-waist. There's not really as much to say about this one, but it also has a lace down the sides. It's pretty see-through, so you definitely have to wear something underneath it, for sure, because you cannot wear this unless you want people to see your bits and bobs. Alright, so this is the last one. I'm going to turn it because it is inside out. This is one that I got, probably one of my first quote-unquote vintage pieces that I got. I got this and I would wear it by itself because I was really into like layering white and black clothing at the time. So I got this so I could layer it with stuff. I got it from a vintage store up in North Carolina. I'm not sure how old it is, but it is literally, it's just a slip. It just goes under. So it actually came in handy because I wasn't wearing it by itself anymore. I was wearing it under a lot of the historical dresses I bought it. So it ended up being really useful, but it's just a very simple little slip. I don't know if it has a name on it. It's Dixie Belle Textiles. But yeah, she's pretty. Anyway, that is, I think, most of the ones I'm gonna go through today. If you have any questions about any of them, let me know. I can give you brands if you're interested in finding something similar. I also have more in my closet and in another closet because I have accumulated so many. So I'd love to show off some more at some point. But yeah, if you like vintage clothing, thanks for watching.